Chapter 13. The Scapegoat, the victim is also the perpetrator. "Did you say something to Kirk?" His insensitive ex-girlfriend flippantly asked me while I idled my car at a stoplight. I looked around. I didn't hear that. I had recently dared to venture outside after his suicide, but I wasn't even out of the car before the first confrontation. Right on the street, she insisted I knew who she was. I didn't until later. She was an entity, maliciously accusing. Instead of being comforted, I was confronted. There was a pulsing pain in my chest. Having misplaced or empty recollections is a bizarre and forbidding feeling. I didn't like myself. I thought that if Kirk hadn't met me, he would still be alive. I believe his family would agree. There was a palpable strain between my family and Kirk's extended family. Kyra has never met anyone in Kirk's family, with the exception of his mother when she was 2. Could you imagine not wanting to see your dead brother's only child? When someone takes his or her own life, people always question what they could have done to stop it. It makes you feel powerless because, unlike a natural death, whether it be of sickness or old age, people view suicide as unnatural, being that it could have been prevented. Condemning others, treating them like scapegoats, isn't uncommon after the news of the suicidal death is first given. I'll expand on this topic later on. Following a suicide, an already delicate family unit often disintegrates. Families are sometimes unable to deal with the penetrating anguish, crippling depression, and the most difficult, unanswerable question of why. Families frantically attempt fruitless searches for answers. After the first few weeks after Kirk died, came finger-pointing and pushing blame. "I know my son wouldn't commit suicide. Someone must have killed him." They often place the blame on anyone, except the person who killed themselves. Texas eventually became an unswerving, damaging reminder of Kirk. It seemed there was always something to remind me of him in every corner, every street, every restaurant. I followed one of my bosses to work in a doctor's office. I was praying to begin life new, but then I accidentally bumped into Kirk's best friend at the grocery store and wondered why he never seemed to want to speak to me anymore. Even he must have blamed me somehow. My sensitive emotions seemed to rupture, leaving me to gather the scattered fragments and begin again at square one. I felt as if I didn't have a friend in the world. I have to get out of here.